Carys, spoke to you in January at the beginning of your campaign. We've spoken to you several times, including up at Chapel 100. How's the campaigning going?
It's going really well, and things are getting really exciting now. We're out in Grays and South Ockendon and lots of other centres in the constituency, most Saturdays and Sundays. Just getting down and really having a good chat to people at this point, really finding out what people think and what people want for their area. And people are also really interested in the national landscape at the moment, so talking a lot about people, about the party leaders, and really seeing what people think about the way things are playing out nationally as well as locally.
Impressed with Vince Cable's performance on Monday?
Absolutely. We've gone up in the polls to 23% now, and a lot of people attribute that to Vince's straight talking. And I think what people really liked about that was his honesty. You know, he was the only one of the three, the Chancellor and the other Shadow Chancellor, who said that we can't tell you exactly the way things are going to play out. We don't know. This is what we'll do, and we'll be honest about it. And I think people aren't stupid. People want to hear that, and people don't want to be lied to anymore. And I think that's why people responded so well.
And here on Grays High Street on Easter Saturday, what type of feedback are you getting?
Well, what we're doing today is we're asking people to sign a petition that we've designed, which is calling for better pay for people in the armed forces. So what the National Party has found is that a quarter of people in the armed forces, that's around 51,000 people, are entering and they're being paid less than what a trainee police officer or firefighter gets paid. That works out on average about £6.74 an hour, which, you know, if I went and worked behind a bar in London, I could probably get paid. So we're calling for their pay to be raised up to almost £10 an hour. And we're getting a really good response from people. And, you know, myself, other people, a lot of people around here do have family and friends in the army. So people have been really happy to sign up and to support us. And we're going to send this petition to the Secretary of State for Defence, the new one, after the election, and just let him or her know how strongly people in Thurrock feel about what our armed forces actually deserve.
You're obviously ploughing your own furrow. We've just been up interviewing David Miliband and Ed Miliband. The Tories are calling their campaign under the radar. Do you think that's an accurate description?
I have to be honest, I haven't seen very much of the Tories locally. I haven't seen them when I've been out and about, been in the town centre here a few times, up in other parts of the constituency. I haven't seen hide nor hair of them personally. I'm sure that they are, you know, working hard in other ways. Perhaps they're planning on, you know, being a little bit more public once the election's called. We're still a few days away from that, so it remains to be seen.
But you think Labour are worried, don't you?
I think that Labour may be worried. They seem to be getting all the big guns out. We've had Ed and Dave Miliband here today. We've seen other members of the Cabinet visiting the constituency. And I think, like in a lot of seats in the country, there's pockets of real areas of worry in the marginals for Labour. And although this strictly isn't one, I think it could possibly become one. And it depends on the publicity that Gordon Brown continues to get in the next few weeks.
Come May the 6th or whenever, what would you gauge locally and nationally as success?
I would like to see nationally, I'd like to see us gain more seats in the party. We've got our eye on certain seats. I was out helping one of our target seats in Islington South and Finsbury yesterday. Also Watford we're hoping to win. We'd like to see more seats. If there is a hung parliament, then of course, you know, we have our own ideas for how we'd like that to work. And if either of the two party leaders are wanting to work with Nick Clegg, then, you know, we're very clear about the things that we've said that would have to be deal breakers for us. You know, a fair voting system is one of those things. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. And I think locally, you know, we really want to gain a strong footing in Thurrock. We really want to make sure that the BNP don't increase their stronghold here. They already have one local councillor. We don't want to see them getting more national votes. So it's really important for us, of course, to put on a good show and make sure that they're really not gaining much more of a foothold here in Thurrock, because I don't think the vast majority of people want the BNP here.